Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with BonnieBabeCrochet.com and welcome to Friday Fun. You may notice the background looks a little bit different. Well, it's because I'm in a different location, different state right now. Let me go ahead and see who's here. Hold on, let me get through that commercial. Let's go ahead and mute that. All right, there's a lot of people here. Let me go ahead and get caught up. Um, Carlene, we're going to get to your question in just a minute, I promise. I forgot to do that 2 weeks ago. Um, let's see. Kathy says, welcome to the weekend. Yeah, we're almost there. And boy, has it been a week for us. I have been in, let's see, 4 different states since I last saw you with the moving truck. And full disclosure right now, my daughter's actually moderating from a cell phone because they don't have internet yet in her new apartment. We've spent the week, see, Sunday, we left Gaithersburg, Maryland, and with a 26-foot truck. And well, before I even go there, I do hear rumbling in the background. We are in Conway, South Carolina, and there are thunderstorms in the area. I just heard some thunder. There's a chance we could lose power, and if we do, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try to get this in as quickly as possible. But we were left Gaithersburg Sunday afternoon after church, drove to Lynchburg, Virginia, loaded up a lot. Well, actually, we loaded some things on Saturday before we left on Sunday that was in my basement from one of my married children, my son and his wife. And so now we get our basement back, sort of. And I'm gonna miss them though. I'd rather have them and their stuff than not. But anyway, then we went to Lynchburg, Virginia, and loaded up the townhouse. Went to closing on the townhouse on Monday. Um, Drove Monday afternoon to, was it Monday? Yeah, did we drive? I think it was Monday. We drove down to stay with some friends of ours in Carrollton, Georgia, on a farm actually, where they have chickens and cows and everything. And parked the truck there and ourselves overnight, and then drove another 30 minutes to Noonan, Georgia on Wednesday, unloaded a truck up 3 floors of steps in an apartment. It was 40 steps up to the apartment. I counted them at least 35 times. um, and then after that, let's see, that was Wednesday. Thursday morning, we loaded the car and drove north to Conway, South Carolina, which is where we are now, recuperating. I mean, my muscles feel good, but man, my arm right here is so sore. I can't even crochet. It just hurts to move. But it felt good. Wish I could say I lost 10 pounds in the process, but that didn't happen. I think primarily because of all the water I had to drink to stay alive. And it did get up to about 100 degrees when we moved, which was kind of crazy. Okay, let me go ahead and say hey to some folks here. Gosh, golly, there are a lot of you. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Carlene, Tammy from Oregon, I want to say hey. Say hi to Deb Sky from Toronto. From Hi to Chris. Hopefully that ad is over by now, Chris. Thanks for watching that. That ad actually kind of does benefit me to a small degree. So thanks for putting up with that. And if you guys don't like the commercial, just hit the mute button. You know, I do that all the time. Giving away my secrets. Just don't tell YouTube I said that. Hi to Phyllis. Karen. Renee says hi y'all. Yeah, that's what they're saying down here. Hi y'all. It's really cool to be back in the South. I went to school at the University of South Carolina in Columbia. Spent many summers there, particularly while I was at school during band camp in the heat of August, learning band drill for the Carolina band there. Fond memories, hot memories. Even for a Floridian, it was very hot. Hey to Mary. She's like, hello from hot Arizona. Yeah, I bet it's hot there. I was actually there a year ago in July, and yeah, it was hot. Flew into Phoenix and then drove up to Prescott where it was a little bit cooler. Hi, Laura. Okay, Farm Gal. I guess that's Oklahoma. Just want to say hi to Missy Nakaluli, if I'm saying that right, from the UK. I can read Elizabeth. I like that. Hi to Sherry. Um, and Kelly from Wisconsin, thank you all for joining me today. And wow, somebody even from the Netherlands, that's cool. Mariella and Julia from Michigan, Cindy from North California. Well, how fun is this? Sharon from North Texas, hey, thanks for joining me. Well, there's so many people. Thank you guys. Cora from Colorado, Samantha from Massachusetts. Lived in Massachusetts for a while. I think I've told you that. Really, that was my honeymoon year. Zaheva from California, and Melanie from Montana. Wow, you guys are coming from all over the place. I guess it's still early out in Montana. And Nicole, how are you? Um, from Jersey. Say hey to my son up in New Jersey for me, okay? He's over there. I can't remember the name of the town, but it's not too far from Philly. Welcome to Marcia from Massachusetts, Victoria from Texas, Lorraine from Utah. Wow. Creatively Tracy from Hanover, Pennsylvania. That's not far from us. I've been through there a number of times. And Wanderlust Crochet. Cynthia from, I guess it's Chicago, and Kathy. She says, yeah, moving is a hard thing. Now you have a few minutes to sit down. Yes, yes, I do. And I'm enjoying it, spending it with you. And in a little bit, I'm going to join my mother-in-law and watch some of her fun programs she likes to watch, like, TV Land. And I'm really, really going to enjoy just seriously, seriously vegging. And if my arm will tolerate the crochet hook, I will do that for a little bit. All right, well, I'm gonna put this aside and look up at you now. What do we have going on here? Um, oh, during this move, we found something that I have been looking for a long, long time. To say hi to Joanne, hi to Maria from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Stay cool, stay in the AC, my friend. And Maria from, I can't even pronounce it, Thessalonica? Thessaloniki, is it? Okay, well, wow, wherever. Welcome, thank you for joining. But anyway, we were cleaning out the townhouse and moving everything. And my daughter surprised me. They found the very first thing I ever crocheted. This was a project that I started when I was 7 years old, and I finished it when I was 9. And I'm going to save that for a video because I want to do some really close shots of this. I want you to see what a true beginner project looks like. And I'm hoping that this will encourage many of you who are crocheters and maybe you just aren't satisfied with your work in however way possible. This will make you relax, I promise you, once I get this video. And I will say that it was made out of acrylic yarn, the cheap stuff, because back in 1970, when I started it, that's all there was. That's all that I knew of. And it was actually a brand, maybe some of you oldies out there like me can remember the brand Wintuck acrylic. This was before Red Heart was even a company, or at least before Coats branded their yarn Red Heart yarn. So yeah, Becky said it was buried in her closet. I guess she should have cleaned out her closet a little sooner. Sorry, Becky. I love you, sweetheart. But anyway, so I'm really excited to show that to you in a future video. I'm going to do that, film it separately, and, splice it together. Boy, that's an old term. Put it together so that it's, it's more enjoyable to see. Well, anyway, this is time, you all, and I'm going to have to, well, let me just see. Marcia remembers Wintuck. So you're part of the oldie but goldie club. Yay, Marcia. So, well, anyway, do you all want to hear what Becky and I did on Tuesday night? This would have been the first night we pulled into town, into Manchester. We had been driving all day long. Okay, I'll have to read some of these here. Kathy says she used acrylic because it was easier. Yep. And let's see, I can read it better here. Yeah, Kathy, you're so right. Acrylic is great. You can wash and dry it. And in this case, this thing is 48 years old. Don't do the math. Well, go ahead and do the math. I don't care. I have no problem with being in my 50s. I love it. I tell people all the time that life doesn't start until you turn 50. The filter goes to some extent, but with the filter also goes the fear of what people think, and it's a great place to be. I wish I had the same outlook on life when I was about 15. It would have saved me a lot of grief, but live and learn, right? Now, if I could have that 15, no, because if I could have that 15-year-old body but keep the 56-year-old brain, oh, that would be too weird. Never mind. um, Besides, I don't want to have to go through childbirth all over again. That would not be any fun. But anyway, yes. Let me see. Let me catch up here. Okay, Carlene is guessing. She must have done some research. Um, that is the first person to guess. Let's see. All right. Well, let me go ahead and tell you the story. We pulled into town and we were tired. We were hungry. We had our pizza over at Portland Pie Company and it was fabulous. And then we're walking back to our hotel and we're in our hotel lobby. And my daughter Becky notices there's a guy who has a crew badge for a particular show. And so immediately she gets on her phone and doing some research, the way 20-somethings do. And she's like, Mom, the WWE show is right across the street. And apparently all the stars and the staff were staying in our hotel. Okay, so first of all, I want to say don't judge me, guys. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, she watches WWE. Well, I did raise 3 young men, and we did, on occasion, with our family, watch the SmackDown show on television. Not because we're believers and all that. It's just incredibly fun, stupid, hilarious entertainment. And as a disclaimer, hold on a second here. As a disclaimer, I'm not into the girly shows that they have with that at all. But some of the guy things that they do is absolutely hilarious. Well, we thought about it, and I texted my husband. I was like, dear, it's right across the street. And it was going on right then. So it had already been going on for an hour. And I'm like, should we, shouldn't we? I mean, it would be just a funny, silly thing to do, a memory, kind of girls' night out. And so that's what we did. We went up to the box office and to see if they had tickets left, which they did, and basically said, let me see here. Oh, I've got to read from my computer. This is just easier. But anyway, we asked, we just basically said, what are the cheapest tickets you got? And do you have any left? And they said, oh, yeah, sure. And so we got 2 really cheap tickets and went in giggling like teenagers the entire time. And it was hilarious. It was quite amazing too, because these shows are pretty amazing. And we got to see some of these people that we even knew their names. We got to see Daniel Bryant, if you guys are familiar with him. He's the guy that always goes, yes, yes, yes. And he's kind of been our family favorite. And I know that he had been injured in years past. So we were really surprised to see him, that he was back, had healed up, and he was actually a bad guy when we were there. And Becky and I were just laughing hilariously. And we booed the bad guys and we cheered the good guys. And there's a group called New Day. We got to see them. And I think the highlight for me personally was seeing Roman Reigns, in case any of those names are familiar to you. You may have seen him even in commercials doing a little tea party with his daughter. He's quite an interesting guy. I think a really good guy, outside of the WWE, and actually personally had been battling cancer. So just to see that he's in remission and able to work was really, really encouraging to us. So anyway, that's my confession to you all. We went to the WWE show and we had a great time. And it was interesting. We were walking back to our hotel, which was literally just across the street. We were able to, actually, some guy came up to us and asked us, did we enjoy the show? And we said, yeah. He was an older fella. And turns out he was the producer of the show and had been one of the evil refs in years past. And he was just delightful to speak to, really sweet family man. And anyway, so that was what we did. So hopefully don't leave my channel now, but you know, we just had a ball doing that, and made a great memory with my daughter that I don't think we're going to forget anytime soon. I don't know if you can tell, but the lighting is changing in this room because the clouds are moving in. The sun, which was real bright in this room, the sun has gone down. So I'm hoping we can still keep power here. So let me just catch up on some of the comments. As you know by now, if you've watched any of these, I can't do more than one thing at a time. But I did see somebody guess this before I revealed it. Carlene Roberts. If you want to send me an email, Carlene, to bonniebay@me.com, and I will send you the book because you were the first to guess, and it was before I revealed it. So, and I was actually starting this program kind of disappointed that I wasn't able to give away a book, but I definitely want to give you a copy. I don't have one with me. I didn't pack one, but send me an email and I will get that to you just as soon as I get back into town. It's going to be a few days before I'm home, but I will get that to you. Oh, Marcia says that she saved her allowance so she could buy yarn. And when you went to Zayre's, I used to get my yarn at Zayre's. Actually, it's one of my favorite patterns ever that I got by Annie Oak. I bought them off of one of those racks at a Zayre's store many, many years ago down in Hialeah, Florida. And Kathy says, I'm a spring chicken. Thank you, Kathy. I feel like it in my heart. I think if I'm like my mom, she just got younger as she aged, and I'm looking forward to doing that. All right, my sisters. Brenda, you must not be too busy watching from Dr. New's office. Tell Dr. New I said hey. Let's see. Yeah, Tammy Brayburn. Yeah, Tammy knew about this. Sorry, Tammy, about not being able to win the book. She knew what we had done. It was so much fun. I told a few people there, but I'm like, you know, I hope you still like me after I tell you this. But anyway, it was just kind of fun. Like I said, I'm not worried about that stuff anymore. So, welcome, Donna. Good. So glad you could join us too live. And Becky Barker. Let's see. I know that name. And yeah, Oklahoma Farm Girl, I guess that's what that means. It's just a year short of 50. Let me tell you, it's a lot better than turning 40. 40 was the pits for me. I don't know why, but I think because everybody looks at it as, oh, and it's downhill from there. Well, they are lying. That's so not true. 50 is where it's at, and then from 50, I think it just gets better from that point on. And my mother-in-law just turned 90 this past year, and she's great. She's just going strong and an inspiration to all of us, and you know, I want to be like her. Maybe minus some of the aches and pains, but hey, I guess that's part of the territory. And Nicole says she'll be 52 next month. Well, welcome to the club, Nicole. Yeah, Mary says she's 75 and wouldn't want to start over again. Even if, well, you know, better, see, even if it had been better, if you had known what you know now. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? But just think though, Mary, if we knew what we know now and we're doing it all over again, that would be so frustrating because everybody would be clueless. You know, we would have all the answers, but adventure the way God designed it, and I'm okay with that. Let's see, I'm way behind, guys. I am catching up. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us again. I'm wearing your yarn just to show you. And by the way, this is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. But next week, or as soon as I get back, look for it at the beginning of next week. I'm going to be releasing this pattern. And again, this is the pattern that uses the Good Loops yarn. You just need two, one of the solid and one of the variegated yarn, and there's a lot of different ones to choose from. If you want to get this specific yarn, it's really, really nice. And I'm wearing this one now, and it just feels so nice, and it's not heating me up at all. It's 100% bamboo, reasonably priced, just over $6. Um, a scan, I think, for the solid, and maybe a little over 7 for the variegated. But if you just get one of each, and you can have a really nice scarf. With this, you really, this takes two as well, but if you just wanted it to be, thinner, just a one, half this length, you can get away with one. The link is in the description, or at least I put it there before we started. Hopefully it's still there. Description is for the Good Loops yarn is where you get this. It's made by a company called Nurturing Fibers, and they are out of South Africa. And I've met some of the representatives from that company years ago, and then recently again at the CGOA conference. Lovely people, lovely yarn. I wouldn't say, speak highly of people if it wasn't true. And these are people that I can stand behind and I can support. So yeah. So anyway, I was just really excited to work with their yarn. I'm looking forward to maybe doing, some more things with them. Let's see, it's 12:21. I want to try to keep this to 12:30 today. Okay, so Carlene Roberts says she bought Ocean and Raindrops, and it is so soft and shiny, isn't it? I hope you're happy with it when you're working with it. I just really, really, really enjoyed it. I see Liz. Yes, Liz, that's a great comment. 57, loving God's inner peace and having no filter or excuses. I love that. That's good. Walking in His grace. That's the only way to do it. As we get older, doesn't mean we're more perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I think it just, the older I get, I think the more I recognize how much grace I really do need for everything that I do. And it makes me more thankful too, because it's not coming from inside me. It's coming from Him. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Crochet O'Clock says if they get into the Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival, oh, I hope you get in there, Stephanie. I really do. Cross your fingers for me too. I still haven't heard back whether I'll be teaching there or not. If any of you guys are from Texas, tell them, hey, we want Bonnie Bay crochet. Well, don't have to do that, but if you know anybody that says, we want, if you want to see me in Texas, I would love to be there. I've submitted classes. I'm just waiting on them. Stephanie, I really hope you and Good Loop Fibers get in. It would be a great addition, I think, to what they have there. Although I've never been, but I've heard it's really good. Yes, Carlene, 2 balls of each color for each scarf. That is correct. Again, it's not the cheapest yarn, but you know how cheap yarn and cheap projects go. Sometimes they don't last that long. So, but this feels really nice, and I just love bamboo. Love the natural fibers. All right. Let's see. All right, well, let's see what else I have here on my little hand-drawn list, because I don't have my computer with me today. Besides the scarves, don't forget, if you are interested in my favorite sports team Poncho, this is coming out. I would put this on, but it's a little warm outside here. But this is coming out September 2nd. Okay, that's a Monday, and the idea behind this is where you see the garnet color and the yellow. Those are the colors of my local sports team in, well, where I live, which is outside of Washington, D.C. So you can guess, this is the Washington Redskins colors. And I just thought it'd be really fun to have something like this with their colors. but it's also the colors of Florida State University. So any of you guys out there from Florida State, the Seminoles use the same color pattern, and I think even University of Southern Cal is very similar. So I mean, there's only so many colors to go around, right? But what you can do with this pattern is you pick the two colors of your team. Like I might even do one eventually of the Miami Dolphin colors because that was my team for many many years. And I might do this aqua and then this part, make it the orange color, and with the black and the white to trim it, it sets off those colors much like their uniforms do. So you can make this for any team, any team that you support. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this back here for now. And I think that is pretty much, let me see if I can. Okay, so it looks like we, let's see. Yay, Stephanie, you went to Florida State. How cool was that? I remember going to Florida State as a Carolina band member, and the bands got together and had a good time and, have a lot of respect for each other. I probably would have gone to Florida State if I had stayed in Florida, but I just was really excited to go to South Carolina when I graduated. But I thought it was so cool that both of the bands had a really good relationship with each other. Okay, thank you, Becky. Whoever that Momo person was, they are gone because my administrator, moderator daughter has gotten rid of the evil comments. It's just too bad, that people have so much time on their hand. They just, have to do things like that. It's just kind of sad that that makes people happy, or I don't know, maybe they just aren't happy and they just want to spread their misery. But you need to pray for that person. Yeah, I'm going to pray for you, Momo. Hope you feel better and find something that gives you joy in your life besides spreading unkind comments. Okay. Says okay, Kelly's asking, when are you going to do crochet videos? Okay, I do crochet videos a lot actually. I'm going to be releasing one on Monday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. Look for it Monday or Tuesday coming, on the scarf. And if you're looking for other videos, I've got over 400 on my channel if you want to check out any of the other ones. There's a lot of stuff there. Let's see. Yes, September 2nd for video number 1, which Tammy's asking what date. Yes, and that will get you pretty much the entire pattern, because I know some of you like to just binge on a project. You want to start and you don't want to eat or do anything until you finish. I get that. I've done that. So that way you can do all of the most of the poncho with the first video, and then the second video will be on finishing techniques, which, doing the fringe and, finishing things up, and that'll come the week after. So be looking for that. And the pattern, I'm going to hopefully have the pattern released a little bit, maybe a week or so before then, so that, if you need to purchase the pattern, I do recommend that. This is a pattern that actually I had to put a lot more work into than the others. But that will be available on my Love Crafts channel. And again, that link is in the video description below. Okay. Let me see if there's anything. Yes. Yes, you're right, Nicole. Spread love and peace, my friend. Life is too short to be mean. Okay. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, we don't need Momo on our channel if she's dark like that. But we can pray for her, and I will definitely do that today. Yes, may her eyes be opened and her life changed from evil to good. And we know God can do that. And God can do that through our prayers. We don't even have to be in the same room. And he's great. Let's see. I am finishing up here. Oh, thank you. Somebody was saying, see, Wanderlust Crochet. I hope you don't mind, but I mentioned your book, Winning at the Fair, in my video. Oh, please, I don't mind at all. And I hope to be able to, post some pictures of the fair winners. I actually gave an award, a couple awards this year, but I wasn't able to pick out the winners. This is at the Montgomery County Agricultural Fair. I give a monetary award and a framed certificate, one for the best original design for adults entries, and one for the best child's entry, or anyone under 18. And I'm still waiting to get the pictures back from the items that won that, because the other folks had to pick it out this year since I wasn't able to do that. So let me go ahead. Um, yeah, I don't know much about Momo Sheila, but she is banned from this channel at this point, since Becky's moderating this. Um, yeah, Sheila, whenever, yeah, yes, that is correct. That it has been reported. So, well, anyway, I am gonna go ahead and sign off. I just want to thank you all again. Let's see, I've got one more comment coming in. Okay, great question. Catherine wants to know, is this poncho beginner friendly, or is it hard? Well, I'm gonna it's probably not for absolute beginners, because it uses the Celtic weave stitch, and it uses well, it does use the arrow stitch, which I do have a pattern for beginners, the arrow stitch baby blanket, and many beginners are able to do it. As long as you know how to do the stitches, you're okay with that arrow stitch. The thing that's going to probably give people a fit is this stitch right here. This is the Celtic weave. Now, I do have videos on that, and what I recommend is that you take a look at my videos on the Bonnie Babe Crochet YouTube channel, the ones that say Celtic weave. There's one, on my channel, and there's another one that says Celtic weave in the round, which is the same stitch, but the technique that I'm using is more like the in the round version. But I do use step by step, stitch by stitch through the corners, so that you know how to do that in this project. So if you're an absolute beginner, I would say take a look at the Celtic weave. It uses the treble front post and back post treble crochets. So take a look at it. If you're confident in the stitches, the basic stitches already, you should be okay. But do practice that before. Okay, go ahead and practice the Celtic weave. If the Celtic weave makes you want to pull your hair out, maybe give it a break for a while. I hope that answers your question. It does take some practice, but those of you who've done my other patterns with the Celtic weave, you should be fine. This should be, no problem whatsoever. Let me check a couple more questions coming in. Thank you, Bunny Sue. Yeah, if you guys, enjoy these and just want to hit the little thumbs up button, that would be great. And I always forget these things because I'm a designer. I'm not a marketer, promoter, as you probably, if you're still sticking around this late in the video, you know that by now. I'm terrible at sales. I used to feel guilty taking money for Girl Scout cookies when I was a Girl Scout, even though the cookies were only like 50 cents a box back then. But I felt bad. I need the money, please. But anyway, but I don't ever want to feel you guys to feel any pressure ever coming from me about any of this stuff. This is for fun. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. That way, you won't miss anything. If you hit the little bell, that just means that next time I upload videos, you will be notified. I believe it can come in your email, or at least it will come into your onto your YouTube channel, and it'll be listed as a little notification under the bell. That's pretty much all that means. I'm not into spamming people a lot, and if any of you ever sign up, I do have a newsletter, Bonnie Babe Crochet newsletter, but it comes out like I don't even do that with regularity. Like some people, you sign up for something and you get it like every other day. I don't do that. I am all alone here as far as all that goes. So it's, whatever I can muster, which is usually about once every 4 to 6 weeks. It might be more frequent when I release new things, but I only have 2 hands. So, I don't have the ability or power to spam you a lot, and I don't I don't like to do that. But anyway, I am going to go ahead. Let's see. Let me just thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline did say that the arrow baby stitch was easy and she's a beginner. Thank you for weighing in on that one. Monique, you have a good weekend too. And hey, Johnny, it's good to see you. I was close to Florida, but not close enough to head on down there. Maybe have to do that sometime in February when the snow is piling up on my porch. But anyway, it's great to be with you guys again. And I just want to say God bless you and have a wonderful week. Stay cool. Enjoy what's left of the summer. You know it's not going to be this warm forever, and the winter is coming, and crochet weather is coming. But anyway, do take care, and I will hopefully, Lord willing, see you next Friday at noon. Bye-bye.